Buenos dias and good afternoon. It actually is afternoon. It's 11:20, 11:20, 12:20 afternoon. And I didn't get a lot done this weekend. This is Monday, March the 2nd, and I didn't get a lot done this weekend. I think I put maybe a few minutes into getting the air cleaner out of this box, and it was pretty gruesome. So I've ordered a new air cleaner. And I got all these parts in here. These all came in. Here's the bearing for this guy, okay? And I bought an extra because I like to stock them. So we'll put that over here. And we have the seal kit. I'm going to put the crank seal in and the tranny main shaft seal in. And these go to, these are Podronics rectifier regulars. They're not for this bike. They're for future use with other bikes. I usually keep a couple in stock. This is the bad coil. I've ordered 2 new coils for the bike. I ordered a set of clutch plates, and when they came in, I said, wait a minute, this isn't right. So I went back and checked my order, and yep, I messed up. I don't know why I ordered 4 and 2 instead of 4 and 5, and that's my mistake. So I ordered 3 more of these, and so I'm going to put everything together, and I will just, when I get the last 3, I'll close up the primary. Here's for the grommet for the wire. So I got seals and grommets. I've got the bushing for this. We will heat this and chill this and press it in. New sprocket, new adjusters, bits and pieces for putting this together. This is out just because. And let's go to the bad dad joke of the day. Okay, bad dad joke of the day. We have March the 2nd, and it says, "Why did the zombie get so much, or how did the zombie get so muscular? Deadlifting." All right, that's cute. So we'll put that over there. I got a new air filter on order. Nobody carried the little insert here, so I'll just make one out of soft rubber. And it's not a critical item. Soft rubber will be just fine, thank you. This is all cleaned up, and I guess I'm going to try to do some productive work today. I'm going to go stick this in the freezer, and we'll let it sit in there for an hour or 2. Press it in. In the meantime, I will do these seals over here, and you get to watch. The way of getting these seals out is you drill holes on this side, on 2 sides of this thing with a small drill, and then you put some sheet metal screws in and then pull them out. This one probably has enough room just to pry it out gently. So we'll see how that goes. It's interesting, but not overly difficult, and pretty straightforward, so not overly dangerous. We'll see how it goes. All right, so let's see if this seal here will just pry out of there gently with a small screwdriver. Then we'll worry about drilling this one. Let's just see what happens. I have a special tool that I made that helps me do this, but I'm just going to try a small screwdriver. See how it goes. The screwdriver's turning in the handle. Okay. Try one more, then we'll get exotic. Well, maybe get exotic. Try one more. There it goes. All right. Nothing special. All right. All right. That one was straightforward. This guy, we have to be really careful and drill a couple of the holes in him. I'm going to stop while I get prepared. All right, I'm going to try to drill this seal and pull it out. I've added a little extra light coming from the side. And let's see how this goes. And if I can keep my very own self out of your way while you see me do this. I'm going to center punch right here and right here. And then I'm going to try to drill these. All right. All right, I'm walking all over the place. That's the one. Now, let's see if I can just get to this side. That's a 2. All right, so let's see if I can find a couple of screws that'll go in there and help me pull this out. I'll be right back. Okay, I've very arbitrarily chosen a couple of sheet metal screws, and they seem to get the tip in there okay. I got this far. Now let's see if I can get it in there, get it to grab. There we go. All right, they seem to be tight. Let's figure a way to pry on those and see how it goes. We'll try this way first. Then we'll try this way. There we go. It's coming. And that one pulled out. All right, so let's see how this one goes. Sometimes you can just screw these things in and they themselves will push the seal out. I may have to drill this one again. I'm going to try, this is crude. I used to do this on Harley Davidson point seals. So let's see how bad this goes. Yeah. Sometimes crude works. Okay. Using carpenter's hammers on mechanical devices is completely forbidden. Don't ever do this. Unless you need to. I was once helping my father work on a car, and he said, "Go get me a hammer." And I brought him back a carpenter's hammer, and it made him so mad, he practically threw it at me. And that's how I got my first description of carpenter's hammer versus mechanic's hammer. Okay, so anyway, so these are out. And we can take a little bit of cleaning just to make sure there's no shards. I don't see anything at all. And we will put the new seals in. Okay, stand by for a minute while I get my mind set, and I'll be right back. Okay, I really should have pulled the key out of here before removing that last one, but I really didn't care because the last one was coming out anyway. But to get the key out, I use cutting pliers, and I grab it and pry it out like so to get it out of here. Now what I do next, since this is a very tight key, I will dress this on both sides with on a flat file to get that nice and smooth and make it go into the key slot smoothly with just enough friction to hold it. So I take the key out, and now we're going to take the new seal face in. It goes right in there, and I'm going to try to get it in there nice and smooth. I'm going to do a little tapping with the mechanic's hammer, and if I don't get it smooth, then I'll use a big socket. But right now I've got two very nice drifts that I can use on it. All right. Then, in that case, let's see if we can get it out of here. What I'm going to do all right, I'm half in, half out. Now what I want to do is take it out and bevel the front edge. If it doesn't want to come out, though, I'm not going to mess with it because I'm not going to damage it just to do that. But quite often I will bevel the inner edge of a metal seal so that it goes in a little smoother. And impact inertia is better than tapping. See, there it goes. All right, now I'm going to take this and I'm going to take the edge off this front just a little bit. I'll be back in a second. Okay, I'm back. What I did was take this and just barely, I mean, I don't know that you can see this. I'll try to do a zoom in and see if I can get it to focus like that. I just barely beveled the front edge, just barely. And then I smoothed it out with a really, really, really fine file so it's a nice smooth beveled edge. Okay, now I'm going to take this and put a tad bit of grease on it. And I'm going to try again to get it to go in there smoothly and flat. Okay, so let's give it a shot and see what happens. I'm going to stop this because I don't know where the focus is. I'll start it again. All right, so here's a restart. Let's see how it goes. All right, so much for that. Yes, I'm now going to default to trying to find a socket that'll do the job. I don't like this because I can't see what's happening. Stand by. I think I made a socket to do this job. Stand by. Okay, I swear I remember 1, 2, 3 sockets welded together just to go over this, and I can't find it. And I think this guy is up against it. So let's see what happens here. All right, it's going in pretty even. Wish I had something that would let me hit it in the center. It's close. This side is still high. A little bit. It's about halfway in. And I can't even be sure that this guy's doing the job. And this guy's even bigger. No. Doggone it. And it has to fit over here, so it has to be a half-inch drive. Stand by. I got a couple more places to look. I'll be right back. All right, well, two things. First of all, I found the tool I was telling you about, the socket welded to a socket for a specific purpose. Actually, I remember it. This is for turning over Triumph engines while I was rebuilding them. And it worked. It was great, but that's what I remember, and that's not going to fit this. It's not for Norton. So at least I'm not crazy. I found the tool. Now what I'm going to do now is I tried this. This is a compression washer for an 850 exhaust system. This is the compression washers they use on the 850s, 75 850s. This guy is going to fit over here just beautifully. He fits the seal beautifully, and I think it's going to give me the bazillionth of an inch that I need in order to set this thing all the way in. I think. So I'm going to try it. Same socket. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. It actually fits in here, and I think it's going to give me a better surface. I'd like it to protrude a little bit more, but right now I'll take what I can get. If this does the job, then I'll get clever. But right now, I'm just going to do this. I've got a little bit of gap here, and I'm going to see if it'll push that through. And seat that seal. And it did very nicely. All the way around with just a tad right here. Let's see what happens. Oh, that was a nice sound. Oh, that's a good sound. You hear that good sound? All right. All right, good. Nice and flush. Oh, that was agony. And a little more difficult than I thought it would be. And I think that next time I plan on doing this, I will have a tool made that will come out this far that I can drive it in, of which I thought I had, and of which I don't. So that takes care of that one. Let's stop for a minute and prepare to do the tranny. All right, so this is a rubber seal. It's not metal like that other one. So this is just a rubber seal. And let's see if it'll just go in there sweet and easy. I'm just going to put a tad bit of this oil all around it. No beveling on this because it's rubber. This side's high. I don't think this will do me any good. Let's try it. No, the bottom's still high. It's not doing what I want. And I don't want to damage this because I don't have another one. Let's try from the side here. That feels pretty good. All right. That feels good all around. Okay, two of the most delicate parts of this project are done, and they should be just fine. So stand by. I'm going to get ready to do some more, do something else. Okay, I told you that I took the key out of the crankshaft, and I'm now going to clean it up and get it nice and smooth so that I can put it back in. All right, so the sides are nice and clean. I'm going to go just around the edge just a little bit. That's just around this edge, take any roughness off. This edge, take any roughness off. And the flat. And you can hear the difference as it gets the little nasty parts off. And now I'm just going to take off the edge just a little bit. Take off the other edge just a little bit. And quite frankly, I'm not adverse to taking off the edge of the edge where the that sticks up. Just giving it a little bit of a ramp. So when the sprocket fits over top of it, you don't have to worry about a sharp edge stopping you. So I dress out keys like this all the time, just to make putting things back together just a little bit easier. You know, I'll show you. Where am I? I'm up here. Okay. This surface is flat. The sides are flat. The bottom is flat. This is smooth. And I just barely took a little bitty bit off of the leading edge of the key so that when I slide the sprocket over it, over here. It should go on nice and smooth. Okay, so that's as good a place as any to store it. See that? You want to get it nice and level. There. That front sprocket should go on there nice and smoothly. A capital should, S-H-O-U-L-D, capital letters, should go on smoothly. All right, here, let's stop for a minute. Okay, well, Band-Aids. I use these flexible fabric Band-Aids because they're really, really good and they really, really hold really, really well. But not well enough. Stand by. Okay, so after putting on a really good Band-Aid, I take some duct tape. In this case, Gorilla Tape. I love Gorilla Tape. And I cut myself a piece long enough to go around my thumb. Which is difficult because Gorilla Tape is really difficult to cut. Okay, and I just go around like that. And that's what I refer to as a mechanic's Band-Aid. So that'll last me a while. Okay, so I'm ready to, let's see, what time is it? It's getting to be 2 o'clock. Now I did take a break. Kevin came down, we had coffee. So I haven't worked straight through, but it is 2 o'clock. Now I'm going to go ahead and put the primary case in place. I couldn't find from my normal suppliers a new gasket for this, but this gasket is tight as a drum, and I'm going to just put a nice coat of anaerobic sealer on there and reuse it. I've also taken this nut here on the backup and put it way inside so it's not going to touch the case when I put the case on. Somebody said to watch out for this circlip. They even showed me a clip for a new for a special tool that would cover it up, and I'm not sure I understand, because these are two new seals and a new grommet, okay, and this seal is the diameter of this, which is way up above this, so I'm not sure what the special tool does. But anyway, so we're going to put this in here like so. and up and over. And it's not touching that circlip, is it? No, the circlip's already through. Let me double check that. As soon as I find my flashlight. Okay. Now the circlip's already through. So I'm not sure what the special tool that protected that circlip or protected the seal from that circlip. I don't know if it's appropriate for 75s or something. Anyway, so let's get this guy to seal down. Oh, I know, I'm sorry. I gotta back up. Well, we'll get to do that twice. It's not a project until you've done it twice. Everything twice. I'm gonna go ahead and goop up the gasket surface. I use anaerobic gasket maker. Ta-da! I'm going to put some down here. Can you see that? No, you can't see that. Anyway, I put it down there on the face of the primary case itself. Okay. One more time with Gusto. Hey, Gusto, how you been? Where you been? There you go. So now, shouldn't be anything holding it up. What's it rocking on, folks? What's it rocking on? And that goes on. What have I forgotten? Anybody got any clues? There's nothing there. It's definitely not this. Is it just tight here? This is just strange. Nothing under there. Let's see if I can draw it on. So remember this when you see me not speeding up. All right, now, just to see if I can draw that on there. All right, so let's see what happens here. I don't know where this is from. Okay. We're on. All right, so we're flush. It was just a matter of getting it over the lip. That's good. Now, just for grins, I need to take the nut that's behind here and slide it up against the case. So I made it really easy to do. It's way down here. I'm sorry, this one. I cleaned up the threads really, really well, so all I have to do is reach up there and move it by hand. Then I can give it about a quarter turn with a wrench, and it'll be just fine. He said with a grin. I grin, smiling. Ouch, my knee just gave me a twinge. Half-inch first. Making me mad. I know the nut's right up against the case because I moved it up there by hand. I may not speed this up, but I might cut it out. This is ridiculous. It's not 9/16. Come on. It's 9/16. There you go. Okay, it's 9/16 all the time. Okay, so it's snug up against the back. So now when we tighten it in, we've got stability. All right, 2:30. That's frustrating enough for me to say, gee, I think I'll call it a day. I can come back tomorrow and find out what I forgot. Okay, so I'm going to call it because I'm tired. And tomorrow I will take these temporary bolts, nuts off, put the framework in, put the drive in, and get this guy all ready except for the clutch plates. Okay? Let's see, 2:30. I've got the bearing inside the in the freezer. I could press the bearing into this hub. I've got the hub there, bearing in the freezer. All I have to do is warm this up and press the new bearing into it. Nice new bushing seal, which you don't need anymore because I'm putting in a sealed bearing. So you don't need to worry about an oil seal there anymore. All right, so I've got the bearing in the freezer. I'm going to just sit here and heat this up for a while, then I'll run get the bearing, and we will press it in place. Not only that, I'll probably use the old bearing to press it in. So stand by while I get it ready. All right, so this is not the old bearing. This is just an old bearing. And what I did was I beveled the edges, cut it down, so I can use it to press in the new bearing, and it'll press it all the way in, like so. So I'm going to warm this up. I won't make you watch. All right, I've got this pretty well warmed. And I've got the bearing out of the freezer. New bearing, old bearing, let's see how it goes. Am I recording? Yep, good. And there it is. Let's make sure it's down below the clip. And I think it can go a little bit further. Oh, there it went. That's it. I saw it go. All right, clip test. Yep, there's the groove. All right. Let's go over and put the clip in and call it a day. These are an old pair of long nose pliers that were so old and so modified that I finally ground them way down. And these are my favorite circlip pliers. Let's see if you can see this. I have cut these down so far. Come on, let's do a focus. Focus, there. See how far I've ground them down? Nice and strong. And I use these for circlips. All right, so that's ready for tomorrow. Oh, that's nice. That feels so good. All right, we'll just put that there. And I'm going to call it a day because I got some things to do on my RV. And I hear my recliner saying, Frank, it's time for a nap. We're done. And it is 2:30.